Do you think February should be set aside for a relationship necessarily? I have on the phone Martin Machado.
There's nothing wrong with giving your wife a bunch of flowers or a box of chocolates any day of the year. But, you need to make sure that, who you're paying your respects to ultimately is the Creator God and not anybody else. I don't know who Mr. Valentine was. It should be a continual thing.
Well, I was saying to Winston, he's also a businessman, happily married with 2 children, and I was saying because I've heard he bought his wife a car for a present, and I was saying to him that sometimes the most a woman in a relationship can celebrate is a black eye. I mean, how do you? It's true though. I mean, it sounds funny, but it's absolutely true because I've heard so many different stories. I've been a journalist, you see the good, bad and the ugly. And, you say to yourself, what kind of situation can drive somebody to give their partner a black eye? Certainly not love. So, I mean, how do you compare, say, the nurturing, being able to buy your wife or your husband beautiful gifts and nurture them and get a situation where it's so challenging in other relationships? What have you got to say to your listeners about making a relationship work?
I think it comes really right back to the beginning. A wise man once said it's not about finding Mrs. Right or Mr. Right. It's about being Mrs. Right or Mr. Right. It's really working on yourself first. So unless you're actually ready as a human being to commit to another human being, then you shouldn't be doing it. It's really down to the individual to, know himself. Because marriage is a very interesting thing. I think you learn a lot about yourself when you get married. You find out a lot about yourself because you're really giving someone permission to hold up a mirror to you 24/7, even when you don't want to see what they have to show you. So it's a difficult journey, but it's worthwhile if you're interested. Being a Christian and being married is a very serious responsibility because the way that the Bible lays out the roles of husband and wife, you need to take those things seriously if you because God's heavily involved. He's the third strand within the marriage, so he's heavily involved on a day-to-day, and God will be the ultimate judge of the husband and his wife.
Final conclusion. Winston, what do you think? And Pauline. By the way, I should introduce, as I said, I introduced you, Winston, earlier on as a businessman who goes to a rat church, and he specialises in IT, and his wife and himself work together as a business partnership. And Pauline Moore, she's a school teacher. So I just want to bring them into the conversation.
Is it Martin?
Martin, yes.
Hi, Martin.
Hello.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree with most of what you said there. I mean, a lot of churches embrace Valentine's Day nowadays. A lot of churches and individuals, and it's one of those things that it's not biblical, as it were. But I think that even the Lord Himself can be touched with our infirmities, and I think that can be interpreted as weaknesses. And it's a good weakness to have, I mean, Christmas. A lot of people. As you know, Christmas was not on. Jesus wasn't born on 25th, and we celebrate Christmas, and so I don't know if it's that bad. We're trying to show love to a special person in your life at the same time as the world, and the world started doing it first, and we're now doing it as well. And make it, if we have no sin, the Bible says we're lying right there. So then I don't think it's a sin. I don't see it as a sin. I don't think a lot of people see it as a sin. They're just doing it, and they know the world's doing it, and we're trying to make it ours, I think, because we're specialists on love, aren't we, really?
Yeah.
As Christians.
Do you agree with what Winston said? Any part of that you don't like, taking on the world's habits and so on? Which part of that do you agree or disagree with, Martin?
Well, I see what Winston said. I think that when I read the Bible, it says that everything is permissible, but not everything is beneficial. So I think what I would say is just as long as the person knows themselves, they're not doing something absent-mindedly, but it's think through what it is you're doing, and to be clear about why it is you're doing it. I think that I think that's what God will ask us to do, you know. So we have to, because we have to give an account, we have to explain why did we do that. And if we can give it that account and say, well, I love her, therefore, I mean, I support peace and I support love, and the world needs more of it. So anything that brings more love and peace into the world is a blessing to see, you know. So sometimes you see when you speak with people, and they put a twist on things when it comes to Valentine's and Christmas even, and the twist is not necessary, but they kind of full of things that they're not even clear why they're doing it, but they do it. And I think it's just that clarity that we need, before God, that, this is the reason why I'm doing this, and, that's what I would say.
Awesome. Pauline, do you want to add to anything to that?
Well, just
being a married woman yourself, or ex-married, or currently married?
I'm still married.
Okay.
Basically, I agree with both of you, and I think that we celebrate lots of things. For example, Mother's Day, Father's Day, as Winston was saying, Christmas Day, and we're not celebrating for the same reasons maybe as the next person down the road. We're just saying, I appreciate you, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you gifts on this particular day. So I don't think it's too sinful, so to speak. I just think it's a part of living on earth, and but as you say, knowing why you're doing certain things, and not getting into the culture. For example, at Easter we celebrate the death and resurrection of Christ, but I don't particularly do the Easter egg business. So it's just a matter of personal choice, and I don't think it's anything too serious to, we're not really celebrating Valentine's, whoever that was, or, we're just trying to show appreciation to the person we love.
Well, it'd be a shame if while they're showing love to, on that day, we're like, no, we can't, I'm not getting no flowers from my wife. I get it every day, but not this day.
I should say thank you so much, Martin, for taking part in the relationship discussion this afternoon, and God bless you, and thank you so much.
God bless.
God bless
Bye,
you.
Martin.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.